There she is. She's out. She's on the road. Well, a road. And she's free. I love that CB antenna. That thing's freaking cool. Hopefully the rest of it's in there. It's got that Kenwood system, I think. So maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But this thing is awesome. I love the look of this van. Alright, let's get this van off of this trailer. I'm going to give it my best effort to push that van to here. Wish me luck. Slow it down. Keep going. Good.
You know, you power wash this up, it's gonna look good.
It looks good just as it is. It's patina. I'm just going to clean the windows. Mind the wind noise, but as you can see, it's windy. There it is. It's up here. And this is where it probably will live for until it runs. So, rain or shine, it's going to be here now. I am going to suffer. It is dark out. It's lighter on camera than it is IRL. I'm going to go get the pressure washer. And I'll probably get a spotlight and a ladder. And we'll pressure wash this thing. I've already noticed some bad things going on with the windshield. In the fact that it was silicone before I got to it. And it's rusty, so I already knew the windshield got to come out, but it's going to need some extensive work. The silicone probably made this a lot worse, actually. So, not good. Not good. There's an oil change sticker in that windshield. I'd like to try to get a light on it and see if I can read it, but that's for the interior job. I just know it's there. So, I love how this thing looks, by the way. Might have to replicate that gold pinstripe on the other side. But there's no paint on the hood, no paint on the roof. We'll see how the sides come out. Let's get to it. Well, I guess we'll see how this footage turns out. Remind me to pan the camera back that way when we do the back half of this. Wish me luck. So surely this isn't as satisfying as it should be. Maybe the other side will go better because the wind isn't gonna blow into the camera. But that side cleaned up okay. The paint is definitely pretty weak on it. You see what else? You remember what I was talking about there? These are definitely repainted and or off a different vehicle with a slightly different color. Yeah, you can tell really good right now in the dark with that light shining on it. All the moss cleaned off all right. Like I said, the paint's kind of iffy, so you know, it is what it is. Well, what do you want me to say? Most of the moss is gone. That didn't go very good for the van. It did not fare very well. Obviously, we have the paint work that is very evident in bodywork. Something happened here. This is cool though. I didn't have this window all the way up. Buckle up for safety. The rest of the sticker's there. That's cool. But, well, the hood turned white. This moss really etched the paint, and it's already Chrysler paint, so it wasn't very good to begin with. This is a big problem. It was pouring water inside here, and this was bad before it was parked, as evidenced by all of this silicone right here. That silicone held moisture, caused it to get even worse, and I bet you I could push this windshield out with my hands, and I bet you it would come out in one piece. I'm going to have to clean this up, dry it up, and tape it up, but this is not good. That is a big problem. That was bad before it was parked. I don't know who done whatever they did to get this off, but I don't like them. And it is just a Voyager. There's no other badges that were there. It is just a Voyager. And this rear hatch, this was hiding some rust too. So, same deal. That glass left to come out. Same. We could probably save this one yet. Alright, so I'll give credit where it's due. The guy I bought this from, I'll give him credit. He 100% saved this thing from the scrapyard. Blown head gasket, bad windshield, bad who knows what else. This thing in 2007 should have been put in the scrapyard. He saved it from that. That being said, why? Why? It is what it is. That kind of comes with the territory of these survivors. So, that's all the big stuff out of it. It'll give us a chance here to kind of pick through the stuff that's in here and just see what's in here and what's left. That might be part of the taillight right there. So that might have, you just threw in the chunks in there before it got filled with stuff maybe? I don't know. This is part of a distributor. I think it's off a tractor is what we were talking about. International Harvester Company, Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, it is. I'll hang on to that for now until I figure out what it is. If it's any good. I think what I'm going to do is pull the big stuff back here, and we'll kind of look at it quick, just see what we have. And we'll go from there. I want to rip this stuff down first, the fabric and the headliner. Let's get that out of here. Is there stuff up here? Yeah, there is. Get this out of here. Yeah. Get as much of this stuff out of here as we can. Try to get it as dry as we can. That I about died. I bumped that and almost killed myself. That would have hurt a lot. Okay. On the bright side, I figured out what I'm going to do with that 18 gallons of 25-year-old gas I found in the 84 Minivan van. It's going to assist in the demolition of that. The particle board. Alright, so I dug all the stuff that was on the floor everywhere out of here. This is what we got. We got those 2 Mitsubishi hubcaps and those 2 Chrysler Corp caps. I got this Blitz mini gas can. That's rock hard, but maybe it'll hold gas. This is a Viking butter cookies, imported butter cookies. Also, I'm touching this stuff with my bare hands. This thing's empty, nothing in it. We talked about this. That's a big plug. There's this Arctic Zone, like beer koozie. Gross. This one, this Elsingmore cookies, Danish butter cookies. That's got stuff in it. We'll open that in a minute. Like a knife holder thing. I don't know. Garbage. That is cool. That is from the original owner, and I do remember this. The van is from Indiana. So this station must be in Indiana. They must have been a country singer, of course. Bill Monroe Bluegrass Festival, 3rd week in June. Bean Blossom, Indiana. That's cool. Inside of there, I've got some chunks of paper I found. One is very significant. It is a service sticker for an oil change. So we'll look at that in a minute here when I pull up the glove box and stuff. And then I got this little special police like pin. Something like cops give to kids and stuff. So that's cool, I guess. I don't know. And then we got all the transmission kits and stuff, or what's left of them. So this one, this clutch kit right here, this is probably savable. It looks sealed. I don't think anything got into it. It's a 535 kit of some variety. I don't know what that means, but it's a clutch pack kit. That's probably savable. What does that pan look like to you guys? Anybody recognize that? It's got all the gaskets, valve body gaskets, all the seals. It's a Napa something. If I could flip it over without losing everything, which, you know, it is what it is, right? So everything for this kit is right there. And it is TH200 76 to 78. I think this goes with it too. And then we've got, these are all GM, it looks like GM TH200s. This is an 81 and up clutch pack kit. This kit looks okay. 535 is probably a 76, 70, I don't know. And this is cool though. It's from store 392 in Monticello. This is very close to where the van was in Big Lake. That's automatic transmission kit. What does that say? I don't know, whatever. What's inside of here? Oh, look at that. Form. So that's what comes in this one. This clutch pack kit looks okay, actually. It's still got oil on it. Yeah, that kit looks okay. I think that'll survive. I don't know what I'll use it for, but... And this kit looks... It'll probably clean up. I don't know. Comes with a seal and everything. What's this kit? Doesn't say. Miscellaneous kits. I'm assuming they're all like GM stuff. Here's another one, store 392 in Monticello. 1-6029. And these look okay. It looks like this just kind of fell apart when I was moving it. These clutch packs look good. That kit's okay. Somehow this stuff looks like it's going to survive. I don't know. That's wild. I don't think I'm going to sell it, but I'll probably try to give it away on Marketplace. If anybody wants it, you know, if you got anything here you can salvage, use it. Those gaskets look okay. I mean, I don't know. What is this kit? If we dump this one over right here, everything that I dump here belongs to this kit. And that is whatever that is. I can't read it. And then this kit, I think this stuff belongs with this kit. Who the hell knows? Yeah, because this is pretty sealed. And that's that kit. And then we've got this one right here, which is another clutch pack kit. That one didn't fare too well. That's probably junk. But it doesn't tell me. I have no idea. So, I'm assuming that's all variations for the same transmissions. I'll put it in a box. I'll put it aside. I'll do some research and see if anybody could use some of it. I'm sure some of it's still good. So, who knows? That's my plan here. Otherwise, swing up over here. We got everything out of here. Unfortunately, all this trim stuff seems to be broke, which sucks. Here's another sticker that's probably going to disappear, that AM radio station right there. I got to get this guy open. I know the box below here is packed full of mice, so I got to dig through that. Let's pop the glove box alive. I know I took a quick glance, and I didn't see too much. No keys. Keys is what I was looking for at the time. Oh, is that a Nokia? It is. It's part of a Nokia. Oh, this is gross. Don't do this with your hands. That's the front face of a Nokia. Guess what was in that tin that's rusted out? The lug nuts. There's 5. There's 10. There's 15 and 20. That's all of them. That's all the lug nuts. Awesome. Alright, so here's probably the most important pieces of paper. I found this on the ground, probably fell out of the glove box. It's a Kanoko next service due at 56978 in May of 2004. That lines up. And then here's the oil change sticker out of the windshield. I can't read it. I see a 2/something on the date. I'm going to have to really, really, really look at this good with like a flashlight or something and see if I can get something to come through. And then I've got a business card with the owner's name on it and a cashier's check with the owner's name on it. And I'm going to do some research and see if I can find anything related to that person and their music. That would be awesome. And then I got some coins here. There's a bunch more behind there, but we'll have to wait until we pull that apart, when we pull that apart. And we'll cross that road at that point. Otherwise, I'm going to get the vacuum out here. We're just going to start sucking everything up. I got everything of value out of here. Okay, well, the interior is clean. That was probably the grossest interior I've cleaned ever. Um, Turnip was pretty well up there, but it wasn't even close. There's no, there's no, it's not even close. This is disgusting. If I get hantaviruses from this, I mean, I wore a mask. I kept cleaning my hands. I went and, washed up, whatever. But, whatever. It is what it is. I did notice a couple more things about the van. This glove box wouldn't open right, and it's hitting over here, and I couldn't figure out for the life of me what was wrong with whatever. I don't know what happened to this seat, but it got bashed in, and it's all bent up. I don't know what happened. Something got rammed into it or something. The seat's all funny. It's bad. The seat frame is all messed up. So that's great. I mean, the seat's shot anyways. What's the difference? But and then here's the other thing that's really cool about this van. Two things actually. The overhead console, I didn't catch that it had power vent windows. So it's got power rear windows on it, on top of having the overhead console and everything. But I think the probably coolest and rarest thing about this van. So it's a Plymouth Voyager. It's definitely custom ordered in some form. Take a look. Take a look there. Do you guys see it? It's a factory 5-seater. And those are pretty rare. Are they more valuable? No. Is it cool? Yeah. Yeah, it's a factory 5-seater. I did not see that one coming. I don't think anybody did because you couldn't see it. We found the floor. It's here. Yeah, it's a factory 5-seater Plymouth Voyager. That's pretty neat. Because see, it doesn't even have the option for the smaller bench. You get the big bench here, and that's it. That's all you get. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, this van is worth the $300 I paid for it, and that is worth it in this door, that door. I don't even. Those are like the two good parts on it. This door's not even good. I mean, it's not bad. It's a lot better. I definitely use that on Blue Van. I don't know how much more else is good on this thing. It's not even a good parts vehicle. Like, everything is bad. The engine's bad. Would you want to risk that transmission? It seems okay to me, but I'd probably risk it. But viably, no, everything's bad, which makes it the perfect candidate to save. For me, anyway. That's about where I'm at. I'm second guessing myself here and not just pulling the doors off for Blue Van. But, what's the fun in that, right? You guys are, the last couple of you that had any faith in me, it's gone. It's gone. I'm off my rocker. I've been off my rocker for like 2 years now. So, that's cool. Yeah, there's a couple like screws. This van had a rough life for 84,000 miles or whatever. I'm gonna cross-reference that oil change sticker I've got with the Carfax, and just see to make sure those numbers line up, because there's a chance that the odometer's changed or been tampered with or something. There's a chance. I highly doubt it. I think there was a fat finger in a record somewhere, because it went. I'll show you the Carfax. At some point here, I'll show you guys the Carfax. I should cut into it right after this, right? I'll show you guys the details on what I have on the information of this van, but there's a chance that it has been tampered with. More than likely, I think it's a clerical error, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a little bit here. But yeah, what do you guys think? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh boy. Well, we got a busy winter ahead of us. This should be last in line. I should go push it into the weeds in the backyard or something and wait. So I'm not even comfortable putting a battery to it. With the evidence of how much mice are under the dash, I think the entire heater box is plumb full. I don't want to put a battery to it and set that off. So we're not even going to put power to this thing until we rip the entire dash out, Probably rip this interior, rip these seats out, just get rid of them. Carpet, get rid of it. A whole headliner top, get rid of it. Probably maybe save the overhead console. I don't even know, man. What is good in this thing? It's gonna need a new everything, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It kind of smells better. I don't know. I'm not gonna get all of the stuff blowing around anymore. That was the goal here. It's now kind of maybe hospitable to mess around with, I guess. Not really, but you know. I don't know. What I am going to do, what I do know, is I'm going to come around, I'm going to pull off as much of this crap as I can and dry all this off and clean it up, and I'm going to tape the ever-living piss out of this windshield seam. Because the best thing we can do for this van right now is seal up this and get it so it doesn't take on water right now. At least right here. If we can get this to stop taking on water for now, that would do us very, very good. I think I'm going to come in here with a scraper, like a putty knife, and just kind of just go at it. Here's something I want to try, and this is probably a bad thing to try. Let's sit down. Oh, I got the steering wheel cover off this thing. Look how nice the steering wheel is. It's in pretty good shape. Sit in this thing. Okay. And this is out of whack here too. That needs adjusted. Look at that thing. The cluster looks nice. 84,777. It's been sitting in that spot for a long time. Should we... Oh, come on. There it goes. There we go. A little sticky. Oh, yeah, it will. I can hear it. Oh, it's going to come out. Look at that. I got the whole windshield out. Oh, I knew it was going to do that. I guess we'll find out how bad this windshield is. Oh, boy. That was easy. Oh, gosh. Get this out of here. Maybe I'll try pull this cowling off quick. I guess this is where we're going with it. Oh, no. Try not break it in half, because I know it's cracked. I thought it would be easy, but I didn't think it would go that easy. Oh my god. Well, that'll make that easy to work with, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna, remember how we had Blue Van all taped up? Kind of cut maybe to a picture if I remember. We're gonna do the same thing to this. Good, and I get a really good picture of this VIN number for the DMV. Oh yeah, did I tell you this doesn't have a title? Did I tell you it does not have a title? No, it doesn't. I did get the statement of facts and the application for title sheet filled out and signed by the guy I bought it from, so I shouldn't have any issues getting one, because the VIN came back clean as far as I could tell. But, yeah, this doesn't have a title. Okay. Yeah, I'll bring you back. There's our next task right there. I do see some writing here in the center. I don't even think it's not even a Mopar windshield. So I think it's been done before, and maybe the glass person that did it, or it's just a bad job. Maybe that's possible. How it started rusting, maybe. Because what are the odds when this whatever happened here broke the glass and then it got replaced? I don't remember if there's accident history on the Carfax. We'll talk about that when we get to that point, but maybe that's what happened. The glass got replaced and it didn't get sealed right. And here we are today. Oh, that came off really easy. That's surprising. What are the odds the wiper arm comes off? Hey, don't you know? Suppose the other good body panel, this hood's good. Oh, and the fenders. So, I mean, I'm not losing anything on $300. I'll tell you that much. It's got a cool roof rack on it. We got two good doors. We got two good fenders. We got a hood. Rear axle and stuff is probably always useful. Bumpers are okay-ish. We got one good headlight bezel. There's some parts on it, I guess. I shouldn't say it's not good for parts, but that's gonna bite me. I'm sure it's the hose. There it goes. Aha. Success. Alright, enjoy the show as we remove the glass from this van. This is the only place where it's kind of adhered, and it really isn't. But I don't want to shatter it. Cracking's okay. A little extra cracking, not going to hurt anything. But we don't want to shatter this glass. There it goes. Twist and peel. Aha. Come to daddy. And that's how you do that. I need one of those "that was easy" buttons and slam on it.
That was easy.
Yeah, this is good, isn't it? Bottom's all good. Grubs. Grubs. They're alive. You sorry things. There's your best chance you're not going to live. It's got metal. We can work with this. I don't know if it's as bad as Blue Van, actually. We'll see what happens when we start going at it. But I think it's just rust. And it's rusting from this side in and not out. Blue Van's was pretty bad. We actually had to do some hole filling. This van, we'll see when we get it apart, and we'll see when we grind it what's left. But that's serviceable. Alright, I cleaned up the whole channel with brake clean, because that's what I had. I was going to use like a paint degreaser, but well, I didn't have that, so that's how that goes. Alright, I got glass. Glass go on a car. Installing with the utmost precision and care. It's got both the little window feet still. That's gonna be good for us because we need those. Because that's all that holds it in for us. Go ahead. Lay it down. It's always good to peel your tape back up, then it really re-sticks. This is going to be the best seal that it's been probably since before it was parked. Actually, there's no probably about that. This is going to be the best seal that's been in over 20 years. I guarantee you that. I would put money on that. Certainly better. Please stick. Just in time. It's starting to snow. So, there you go. Before the first flakes fly, you have a sealed windshield. There, fully sealed. How about that? As long as those cracks don't leak, which no guarantees on that, but that's a lot better. That is a lot better. I didn't realize the dash is cracked right there. That sucks. As the snow starts to fall, I've got a few updates. I got the fuel door open. It's gonna stuck open because it went in. So I was pulling on that because the cable's free while pushing and pulling on that, and it popped open. And also lubed all the doors. So remember this door right here? Yeah. All the rollers moved too. Nice. I wanted to smell the gas live. Or the tank, I should say. Oh, that smells good. That smells like really old bad fuel. Yep, who's surprised? But it smells like fuel. Ish. I don't know. Well, yeah, that'll never shut now. Good. Great. Hey, look what I fixed. If only I'd done that before I snapped the cable off for the emergency one. Whatever. It was rusty anyway. But I got it. So that works now.
The next day.
And here we are, the next day. It snowed a little bit this morning, and then it kind of blew off, and it went away, and now we're here. So here it is in the daytime. I did re-vacuum it just now, after we had that whole windshield ordeal last night. And now it doesn't look completely infested. It just looks really dirty and gross. So I want to reiterate how cool and uniquely optioned this fan is. Again, so it's a base Voyager, no options. It looks like power locks, that's it. However, this base Voyager does have the overhead console with power rear windows, and it is a 5-seater. The only thing that would have been cooler is if it had the 5-speed manual up there, but it doesn't. So that's awesome. We're going to switch gears today. We're going to look at that basket case of an engine that is up under the hood there, and that'll determine what I need to do. So I want to find out the status of that thing, although we pretty well know. So I think I'm going to pull out the Carfax report and stuff and all the information I have on it, give that to you. So here's what you guys know about the vehicle so far. The odometer reads 84,777. And we know that it was parked in November of 2007. That was the last time anybody was in here and tore the calendar piece. That's it. Now, we also found that in May of 2004, on this old oil change sticker that we assume belongs to this vehicle because it was in here in a pile of mouse nest near the glove box, that this thing had 56,978 miles in 2004. So from 2004 to 2007, that would be 3.5 years. It had approximately 19,000 miles put on it. Now we get to this Carfax, which kind of throws things for a spin. That is our van. That is it. 98,940. Now, I saw this initially like a couple months ago, but the way it looks, or looked on here when I just had this information, and not this funny thing here, it kind of made sense that it was a clerical error. So, we also note in December of 2002, moderate damage, front right impact with another motor vehicle. That makes sense, because the front door and the fender was all replaced. So, let's flip through here. Now, it was in October of 1991. Remember, this thing was manufactured in 1989, 11 of 89. So, it was sold anytime between December of 89-ish and who knows when. Anytime after that. In October of 1991, not even 2 years after it was manufactured, this van reportedly had 58,564 miles, and it was sold at auction. Now that number is already higher than that. So what gives there? That's odd. And then it was at 59,412 when it was finally sold. So it had 2 odometer reportings at this auto auction. There's very little chance this was messed up, which is what kind of throws the curveball at this thing being here. That really throws things out. That was 91. And then it was titled in Waynesville, Missouri. That's probably where it was auctioned for sale, because that was right here. And then, or sold or whatever, new owner reported. So, and then in 1994, 3 years later, it shows up with 59,510 miles in Buffalo. That's weird. That's only this many miles after this. That's really weird. And then just a month later, all of a sudden, it has 98,000. And that's the last odometer reading in Monticello, Minnesota. So, what exactly does that mean? You guys help me figure out what that right there means. Something funny. The only thing I can think of is when this person got the car after auction, they put the mileage in on the title when they got it, and then it got transferred when they moved to Minnesota, or whoever moved to Minnesota. You know what I mean? And then they just left the number on there, and then the state reported that number even though it was incorrect. You know what I mean? That possible, and then it actually had 98,000 miles in 1994. So that would make the van 11 of 94. That would be 5 years old, technically, by manufacture. So 5 years divided by 100,000 miles, that's 20,000 miles a year. I guess you could see that. Granted, up here, guy was doing almost at least 30,000 a year, which is, I guess that's not completely out of the question, but that's quite a lot of miles to be put on this poor thing. So, whatever, that's fine. So maybe it was a rental too, It could have been a rental, a lease vehicle. That's always possible. It doesn't say, but... And then it was not registered, again, in Minnesota. You can see it was issued 98, and then it doesn't say it was registered. It doesn't mean it wasn't. The records are kind of iffy back then, at least up until about here. A title was issued, registration was issued. It was issued again. New owner reported in 2002. This was just before it got wrecked. And this is where the van was located. And then it was registered a couple of days before it was wrecked, or a couple of months before it was wrecked, and then it was wrecked, and then it was registered in 03, and then it was registered in 4, and then it was registered in 5 for 2006. So the tabs would have expired in 2006. However, it was being driven all the way through 2007, which is also interesting. But that's normal. That happens. I see cars with expired tags all the time. Especially a car in this condition, they probably didn't want to register it and were pushing it to the end. So that is that. Now, what does that mean for us? What that probably means is that's been tampered with or it was replaced. Now, if it was replaced, they're supposed to, by federal law, put a sticker in the door and say what the old odometer had and what the new odometer had when it was put in. If there's a discrepancy. And usually they're zeroed out when it's replaced. By Chrysler, anyway. By a dealership. By somebody authorized. There's no sticker. There's no evidence of one. So either this is all wrong and the auto auction had it really wrong, and maybe it was 5,900 miles, but that it doesn't have a 10th digit, so it couldn't be off like that, Or it was rolled. Or the cluster was replaced. They're all possibilities. We're going to have this dash apart, so I'm going to look at the manufacture date on this cluster, and we'll compare it, and we'll see what we come up with, or if it looks like it's been tampered with. I'll pull it apart just to look. So, yeah, that kind of... I'm going to say it's 84,000 because I don't really care, but it's not 84,000. I don't... This everything is pointing to it not being 84,000. But the odometer roll was done before... Our guy got it looks like, because he was doing stickers and services with this. So I wonder if it got rolled on him and he got. That's that's a possibility, right? Then again, it also doesn't look all that high mile, because look at the wear on that brake pedal. It's not bad. The steering wheel wear is not bad, but it also had a cover on it. I don't know. It's hard to say. We're just going to leave it at that. Now you know what I know about the vehicle, and that's the end of that. Let's get into this engine that is probably toast. And here's what we know about this thing. One, the air box is absolutely packed full of mouse nest. The mice were in there, clearly, as I opened it and it exploded. The filter is right there. That is what happened to the filter. It must have not had a wire mesh on it, a cheap filter probably, and that led to that happening. We do know that it is very overfull on oil, and it's full of water. It's milky. Even after sitting 20 years, it's like a muck color. So that's good. We do know it's got brand new spark plugs in it. So somebody was here recently in its running history. And we know that when we pop the oil fill, it looks like Titanic. So this means moisture was condensating up here at the very least. So I think what we're going to start with is pulling out those brand new plugs. After we vacuum this stuff off of here and probably clean out the air filter. And then we'll bore scope them. And if they look good, I'll put some oil in them of some variety. And I think we will go ahead and pull the valve cover. And we will look under there. And depending on how that looks, we will see if it spins. I think we will see if it spins anyway, no matter what that looks like. But if it looks like the Titanic all through the whole thing, the odds of it doing anything are very, very nil. And or also what the cylinders look like. Who knows? It could be full of mouse nest in the cylinders for all I know. Let's find out. Let's rip the Band-Aid off, and let's find out. Oh, this is you know what this means? This computer's in really good shape. I forgot about that part. They have to go through the computer to get this whole thing is mouse nest. Slight improvement in that there's less in there. That is very bad. Take 30. I have magnet to remove plug because I have cheap tools. How does it look? Well, it ain't good. I don't think I just closed the gap on that plug. I think that is school bus. It is. Goodbye, school bus. They haul. Those buses haul ass on this road, by the way. That one looks like it was probably firing. So it's kind of a little oily. There's moisture on the end of that tip. I don't know. I don't think it's oil. It looks more like water, but there's no real rust. And most importantly, there's a gap in that plug. That one probably ran at least a little bit, but look, they're brand new. These are brand new NGKs. They are GR4s. Definitely water. So that's got water in it. But no rust. But is it no rust because it was full to the top with water? Is that that's not a good thing, I'll tell you that much. But so one had rust and never fired. 2 and 3 seem to have water in them, but they don't look all that rusty. At least, I don't know. They don't look good either. Number 4's dry. Number 4's dry. Like a tiny bit of corrosion look in there, but not really rust. Not too bad anyway. That looks pretty good, actually. 4 looks okay. All right. Bore scope engaged. Well, I can't see that piston because it is full to the top of water. I see the piston. We are completely submerged in water. It's all water. Can you see anything on there? You guys can't see anything. I promise you, I've got the light in there. I see nothing but water. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's all water. It's all water. So where was the water getting in at? Because, like, the intake and everything's on. Where's the water getting... It's not like the head gasket was that bad, right? It couldn't have got that much water and hydrolocked, right? Surely not. Well, number one, that is not a good sign. It's full of water. I don't know how it got in there, but it's in there. Number two, piston's at the dead top. Piston is TDC, number 2. And there's not really any rust in there, no signs of water. I see carbon. I mean, maybe a sign of water, like a little bit of condensation. Number 2 is probably fine. Number 3, same story. It's all carbon. Actually, better story. Not as much of a sign of water, really. 3 looks good. I don't know, I guess we'll find out. No water. The cylinder walls have rust on them. There's some sort of weird line in it. And then there's like, I don't know what's going on that piston. Okay, well, we're going to skip cylinder 1 right now. I'd like to figure out a way to get the water out first. But I've got a funnel here. That is just, that'll do. And I got some ATF here. I think I might actually have to go hunt down more. But I figure the first 2 aren't going to take very, or 2 and 3 aren't going to take very much. Yeah. I mean, that's literally pretty well full already. Yeah, that's full. More than full, because it didn't need very much. So that's leaking all over everywhere. That's good. That's full. Good. And then this can have everything else. There you go. Drink up. So 2 and 3 are full to the top. 4's got something in it. And then 1 is full of water. Now, if water sat on top of oil, I'd fill it with oil and it'd push the water out, but that's not how that works. And I don't want to, I want to siphon it somehow. And I don't want to burn up my electric pump running that crap through it. I also don't want to suck it up. You know what I could do? I could take a clear siphon hose and suck it up to almost there and then put my finger over it and just slowly like a turkey baster. And just slowly pull the water out. That's what I might do. So I've got this clearish fuel hose. I should be able to see water through it. Anyway, is what I'm saying. So put this end down in there. And I am no longer going to be dehydrated. Here we go. You guys ready for this? Okay. So I got it. And we're going to pull this up. And we're going to go like this. And I've captured this water. And we're going to dump it into something because that would be cool, right? A has container. Now, if we... Oh, yeah. Oops, the funnel just fell. That's... Yummy. We're going to do this for a while, I think. That's the dirty side, right? Yeah. All right, I got the drain bolt loose. 1/2 inch, by the way. Any bets on how much water is in here? try to do this without losing all of it. Oh, coolant. Oh, it's green. It is actually coolant in there. Look at it. Milkshake. So, nobody lied. That's exactly why I got parked. Well, we'll just let that do that for a while, and I will bring you back when it is done. I would say we've got most of it, but I'll let that keep going, and we're going to work on pulling this valve cover off. So, looks like we just got to get these throttle cables up out of the way quick. We'll get this air box. I think we'll unbolt this thing because I need to get it off anyway. We got to get this little cover off for the timing belt inspection, and then a couple of 10mm bolts, and that thing should pretty well come off.
To kick it off next.
A beautiful home starts with a strong foundation.
So good news, our throttle plate is closed. Bad news, I think it is closed permanently. Live reveal on the timing belt, or the cam belt for you people over in Europe / UK, whatever. Yeah, that's exactly. It's cracked because it's probably been off before, which maybe that's a good thing. Oh, he's alive. There's a live spider. Live spider. Eviction day. Well, this is your notice. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, live reveal. How bad do you guys think it's going to be? I think it's going to be better than we thought yesterday, but I don't think it's going to be good. As it's stuck. Oh, they glued it on. Why have you done this? Alright, here we go. Oh, that's not good. Ooh. That's not good. That's not good. Let's play. How seized is the engine? We want to go clockwise, I think. Tightening the bolt. And moving the whole car. Bye-bye, cam belt. No, it does not. Okay, I got all the vacuum and the wiring stuff off the intake. Boy, does that open up a lot of space. There's a lot of hoses and stuff on this thing. I had a thought here. I'm like, well, you know, I don't have to unbolt the exhaust manifold because the exhaust is cut. We'll just pull it out with the head. And then I had a thought. You know, I don't have to undo the intake bolts. It'll just come out with the head. I mean, how heavy is that? That's gonna be heavy, probably, really heavy? What are the odds I can pull that off? I think I might try it. So I'll get the AC off of here yet. I'll get the thermostat off and everything. I think there's a heater lines that loop through this throttle body, because you got this line here, and I think it goes into a soft into here, and then it loops out of here up to this thing up here, which that quad T looking cross thing loops into the heater core, and also loops into the exit line, which the exit line goes like this into a hard line all the way up over here into a soft line and all the way. Well, here we are. We got the AC out. I can't get the AC bracket out without taking more stuff off related to the motor mount. So I thought there's only 2 bolts that go into the head here. maybe I can just lift it up, you know, and buy it. Possibly, I don't know. Especially with the intake and exhaust, I don't know what kind of clearance I've got. I'm trying to clear the power steering at the same time. I don't exactly know. We might have to take something else off, but I got all the head bolts out. One bolt fought me coming out, and it was this one, clearly. Okay, so we're going to see if this comes off and how much it weighs. Depending on that, that will decide whether or not I'm done tonight. If it will come out and it wants to, I'll take it out. If it's heavy and or it doesn't want to come out, I will not. I know there's that cooler line that's still hooked to it, the two that I'll probably have to undo, but I figure we'll try this first. Right? That was easy. And it doesn't feel like it weighs all that much. Oh, it's heavy. Okay. It's heavy, but it's like maybe tolerable heavy. All right, here goes nothing. Can I pick that thing up? And please come out. Oh boy. If I can get some leverage back here. Okay. Try not to destroy everything here. Maybe I can get up in here. Get some better pickup. Oh. Rip battery tray. F. Don't do that. I'm trying to get somewhere I can put my right foot. There we go. Up you go. Right, I got it. Now what? Oh, it's stuck on my. There we go. Okay, I got it. Now what? I'm stuck. Shit. I didn't think this far ahead. Well, that worked, aside from I need a second person. Too bad on that battery tray. I've got another one. That's not a big deal, but... Okay, shoot. Where do I go with this thing? Can I, like, balance it on the muffler? Yes, I can. Okay. Easy does it. Easy does it. Okay. Okay. Gymnastics going on here. Come here, you big bastard. Come here. You know, I'm more mad about the battery tray than anything. I knew that was going to happen, and I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, that blows. Whatever. I shouldn't be worried about that. That's nothing. Well, the head's out. That's cool. What can we see here? I might have to clean this all out. That doesn't look not good, not terrible. A little bit of a rust ridge on those two cylinders right there. Can't see nothing going on there, but we know it's not good. I'm looking at the head gasket here for immediate signs of failure, maybe right there in that corner. Look at the coloring between all the cylinders. So I don't know what that means. I don't really see immediate, like a giant blow-by spot, but it's got to be in here somewhere, right? All right, verdict is in. So this is left to right. As you can see, those look okay, those look okay, those look okay. Boom. So it blew by from this into here on cylinder 1. And so the gasket, yeah, look at that right there. So the gasket sits like this in the engine, right there. So it blew by on this rear cooler jacket. That compression ring is broke. And that's the cylinder that was full of water too. So that makes sense, actually. Well, I got all the oil cleaned out. Number 4 over here looks really good. There's a little bit of a ridge there. Like, I wonder, it must have stopped there at some point or had water. If it had water, it would have been rusty, though. I wonder if it just stopped there at some point and just sat for a long period of time, you know, and just had some condensation. Because I can't feel it. These cylinder walls are smooth as can be. Like, that I'm not concerned about at all. So, these two are at top dead center, so I'm assuming the cylinder walls are hopefully maybe okay. But then again, them being at the top, condensation could have built up underneath them and they could not be too good underneath. So I don't know about that. And then we get over here. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know about that. That's not good. That's not good. That where we'd be stuck, I would argue. I had to do some digging, but look what I found. I must have bought this 4 or 5 years ago, I want to say. I probably bought it for my Saturn, and then I never used it. It would be my guess. Designed for a fast, accurate deglazing of cylinders. Yeah, we'll deglaze that, all right. I just sprayed the heck out of them in PB Blaster. We'll get this thing unwrapped. We'll spray the stones down in PB Blaster, and we'll just go to town. Note here, watching me, don't take any tips from me. Well, I think that's what we're going to go with. It's smooth. It's a little... It's not great. For example. That made a funny noise. Well, I found another quarter ATF, so I filled them up. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. Let that soak overnight and all day tomorrow. We'll try break it free again. Got the van up in the air and on jack stands. I found the nicest of those particle board panels, insulation, whatever you want to call them, wall board, I don't know. And I made myself a nice shop floor out of them. I got the oil, oh, well, it was oil. It was returning to its, I don't know, muck. Got that into those cans there. Well, the oil pan is off. It's pretty painless, so let's take a look at the carnage here. It's yummy in this Titanic oil pan. So, the oil pan looks pretty good. Yep. Sludge. Here, just to emphasize what's in here. Yeah. Green coolant, too. And then up there on the engine, that's what's sticking to everything. And then, I haven't looked up here yet, but I see it right now. That's not good. It is actually Titanic up here. Oh, yeah, it's just like I thought it might be underneath. Those two that are at TDC. It's all rust underneath them. This, let me go get the motor hoist, I think, is where I'm at. And I think this engine is junk. That's... Oh, boy. Ooh, boy. Yep, the whole thing is that rust. The whole thing. That's excessively bad. Wow. Wow. Look at that. That's all rusted in place, too. Oh my god. I was gonna try thinking it was just the one cylinder that was stuck. Well, time of death on that 2.5 liter inline 4, approximately 18 years ago. I'm going to call it quits now. I think I'm going to game plan getting the engine pulled out of it this weekend, maybe. It depends if I want to work on this or something else. But we need to pull the engine, and I think we got to pull the transmission as one unit. That engine is locked up good. That is, I think, forever seized. And, well, I can't get the torque converter bolts out. So we'll pull it as one unit, pull the torque converter out of the transmission, and then, go from there. See if I can even get the torque converter off the engine side. I will, but how I'm going to do it is, a whole nother deal. But I think that's what we're going to do next. And then while the engine's out, I'm going to game plan and try source an engine of some flavor. Like I said, there's one listed nearby, but it's listed as parts only. I want to call and figure out what that means. I can fix an engine. I don't think I can fix that. That is straight out of the Titanic. So in the meantime, we do have to pull the dash out of this and demousify that at the very least, as well as demassify the rest of the interior. But I don't know if I want to commit to pulling the rest of the interior yet. I don't think I want to commit to that until I have a plan in place. Otherwise, it sits apart for 6 months. And I don't need another one of those right now.